Hi everyone, welcome to High Playing Games. Simon here with Meanders, a first-person platforming puzzle game, which reminds me so much of the game show Wipeout, which I'll kind of explain as we go through, but think of it as getting the ball into the right position to unlock the door to get to the exit. That's probably the best way of dealing with this. It's a speedrunner's dream. There's about 40 odd levels initially to play with, although this game is being updated all the time. And so what I'm going to do is start off right at the beginning with an introduction. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is you have this little character, there is a character that is running around that will help you out and shout out dialogue. And you can decide whether or not you want that to be good dialogue that will help you and be friendly and supportive, like way to go, or if you do something wrong, it will just shout at you and be really horrible. So you have the choice of either or. Now, when you get this ball, what you'll also find is that alongside having the actual level, you'll have different balloons and stuff that you can also unlock as you go along. So it's like weird little extras for no particular reason, but I'm glad that they're there, and they're in every level, several of. So you just run to the exit and then you get the next one along. Now an ice cream van appears just as I'm recording, but never mind. We're in the heat of summer here at the moment. So let's try and get that going. If you aren't quick with the triggers, it doesn't always fire, I've noticed. Never mind. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is drop the ball, cut into the target, and then continue on. So, and these levels get more and more like in depth as you go along. Take that with me just in case. If you fall into the water, there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I tried to take the ball to the next level. Denied. Good Steve Trophy. But this is where I'm starting to find the Wipeout comparison is worthwhile. Oh. So there you go. So if you go into the water, I can actually just bounce my way back out again. So you will not die with that. So don't panic. But if the ball hits the water, that's where the game over occurs. And again, I need to take and get the ball and hit the puzzle there, balloon there to get going. So if you're in a completist's mood and you really want to go nuts with that, then by all means go nuts. Yay! No, denied. And you can left trigger to bring it back quicker. If you do reset, then he's also happy and jolly for you anyway. It doesn't really matter. Boink! So yeah, the initial 10 levels of the 40 levels that are about essentially teaches you about each of the game mechanics as it goes along. So this is you need to hit all of the steps and turn them on in order to unbreak the mould, to then throw the ball to hit the crystal to unlock the level as it goes. Boink! And then lastly, where it also reminds me of Wipeout, let's start that again, is Cannonball! Which you can, as you just saw that I had to do there, chuck in a jump or a double jump just to kind of get that sorted. I do like that there's a proper trajectory going on with this as well. The gameplay and the controls work really, really well, apart from this slight issue that I have where sometimes I find that it just wants to send off the ball without me actually asking it to, which is slightly frustrating because sometimes I'll find myself wanting to send a ball over and over again. It's also worthwhile that cannonballs work in a very similar way, so that as soon as you press down your trigger, you're essentially locked in, I find, then, until everything is sorted. And then the last thing that kind of comes along is this teleportation that goes on. So if I dive through here, there you go, I just pop back out the other side. So it's kind of quite handy. And with teleportations and with cannonballs, you can take whatever you want with you. So it's mega helpful for that. There we go. Ah, sorry. And then the last thing, which also reminds me of Wipeout, is the ice slides, which I think are super cool. So essentially, once that's then done, this is like the last level of tutorialness, and then it asks you where you want to go. You can go and play 10 levels that's all to do with cannons, or 10 that's all to do with bouncing around in levels. And after that, you kind of get a culmination of 10 levels of the two combined that are extra hard to get you to the end. So in terms of actual like masses of content, the game isn't too difficult to complete or get to the end of, or so on and so forth. You'll have fun trying to find all of the different bubbles and lanterns to shoot, which is added incentive. And then you'll also have the speedrun option, which is where you can go through level by level as you go through, and you can change some of the extra snazzy stuff with the atomic side of things, which I'm not going to dive into here. But you can do single levels, you can do the whole bouncing of route as you go along, or you can just do the cannon route, or you can do beginning to end and try and speedrun the lot. So if you're into speedrunning, this is going to be your dream. But yeah, for what it is and for the price it is, which is super cheap actually, I give this one definitely 2 thumbs up. So that's Meanders. It's out on PC on Steam is where I got it now. And yeah, it's still doing the rounds in some of the shows. So go and grab if you need some first-person speedrunning bounceroo fest fun. I don't know where I'm going with that. Have a great evening. Bye.
This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.